right, hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Oh, good. Hey, here we are, the Magic Kings podcast with the great big beautiful dads, and we have a special guest here tonight. Why don't you introduce yourself, special guest?
I am Steve's cousin. My name is Melanie.
Wow, hello, welcome. Yes, we do know each other. It's good to see you.
You as well.
And I was very excited to have you on this podcast for many reasons. One is that you are a reviewer of this podcast and a listener to this podcast. I thought that was you, and I saw that. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's my cousin.
That's me.
But before doing this podcast, I didn't know that you were now a big Disney fan.
Huge.
And so, yeah, huge. Yeah. And so we actually did go to Disney World together when we were, you were probably a teenager. I was, 11 or something. So I knew you enjoyed it from there. But yeah, when did like the huge fan thing come about?
So, I didn't go as much as you when I was a kid. I went once when I was 3, once when I was 7, and then I went with you guys when I was 17. Then I didn't really think about Disney. I didn't go again until my dad moved to Florida. And I had kids of my own at this point. And we were like, okay, let's try it. Like maybe the first time we'll just go to Disney Springs, because the kids were really little. Like they were 1 and 3 at the time. We did that. We really enjoyed it. And they're like, okay, next year we're going to go to Epcot and we're going to go to Magic Kingdom. And then same thing. Like we had a great time. This past year we went to Epcot, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios. So now it's like an annual thing that we go to World. And since I live in Arizona, we have to go to Land as well because it's a 5.5-hour drive.
That's nothing. Oh man, that's amazing. Yep. So it happened within the last, let's say 5 years or so that it really same, roughly for me. I mean, we went a lot when I was a kid and I didn't go for a long time. Happened to be in Florida and went and was like, oh, wait a minute, this is awesome. So I think we have kind of a similar story there. But you, as you've already alluded to, are a Disneyland expert as well as Disney World.
Oh, I am.
So let's not get ahead of ourselves. So as you know, and you're a listener of this podcast, it's incredible. Thank you for listening and tolerating this.
I love it.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. So as you know, for all of our new guests, we go through the lightning lane round of questions. So I think for these, we'll stick to Disney World.
Okay.
For these questions, but we might throw in a few extras for Disneyland.
No problem.
You may have already said it. The first question is, how many times have you been?
So I would say to Disney World 5.5 times, because I would say that Disney Springs trip would be the half. I didn't really go to the parks, so 5.5. Yeah.
All right, 5.5. I'll take that. That's good. Mm-hmm. And then you said you were 3 when you went.
Yeah.
First went. Okay, Awesome. So your character on the My Disney Experience app, who do you have?
It's Mirabelle. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Very nice. And I'll ask you this. What about the Disneyland app? Someone else?
You know what? I would love to do that. And I tried that. I was going to put Mulan. It won't let you. So if you switch it on one, it switches it on the other one.
Interesting. Okay. Because it's like one Disney account. I never even thought about that.
Even though it's 2 separate apps. So
yeah. You'd think they'd let you do that. Yeah. Bob Iger, if you're listening, that'd be a nice feature.
Change that, please.
Yeah. Let's change it, All right. So sticking to Disney World, what's your favorite of those 4 parks?
Epcot.
Oh, okay. Just like Mike, my co-host. Very nice. That's great. And then I'll throw this in. You factor in the 2 Disneyland parks. So of the 6, what is your favorite?
That's tough.
Still Epcot, or is one of the Disneyland ones coming in?
It might be DCA.
Oh, whoa, okay. Wow. DCA number 1. Interesting.
Maybe not. I don't know. That's really hard to say.
Okay. All right. Okay. We won't, this isn't carved in stone. We won't do that. That's good. Well, very interesting. Okay. So sticking at Disney World, you have to pick one. What is your favorite ride?
Cosmic Rewind.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You and Mike are aligned here. This is great.
Yeah.
And then I'll do the same thing. Throw in Disneyland. What's your favorite ride?
Mission Breakout.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not a huge Guardians of the Galaxy fan. Those rides are just great.
Very interesting. Yeah. So, and it's that much better than Tower of Terror that it's even better than Cosmic Rewind. That's amazing.
I
Wow.
think it's better than Tower of Terror.
Yeah. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
Mission Breakout
amazing.
is. Yeah.
Wow. Oh man, I got to get over there. We'll talk about that.
Please do.
Okay. So at Disney World, your favorite show?
Um, for probably Luminous at Epcot.
Oh
I do
wow.
like Luminous. Yeah.
You're really sticking with Epcot with these. That's great.
Yeah.
Very consistent. And then does any Disneyland show top that?
I recently saw the Paint the Night parade, and it was
Oh,
fantastic. So
really? Oh,
yeah,
I can't wait to hear about that.
yeah,
Yeah, that's amazing. That's
yeah.
awesome. Wow, even better. Very cool. All right, and when you go to Disney World, do you generally stay on property?
The first time we went, or the first two times, the Disney Springs trip, and then the time we went to Magic Kingdom and Epcot, we did not stay on property because I didn't know. But then they
Yeah.
changed the whole way they do the lightning lane, so it was more advantageous to stay on property. So then this past time we stayed at Art of Animation, and it was great, like being on the Skyliner and everything. So
Yes.
I would never stay off property again. I just didn't know what I was doing before.
Yeah, totally. No, I know. Staying on property. I know. Well, I talk about it all the time. It's definitely makes a huge difference. So would you say Art of Animation's your favorite at Disney World?
I've stayed there and I've stayed at All Star Movies when I was a kid. Those are the
Mm-hmm.
only two properties I've stayed at. I've been in a lot of the hotels, like eating and stuff, because I like
Mm-hmm.
to eat. And
Yeah.
I prefer the Wilderness Lodge. I would love to stay there someday.
Oh, that's a
I think
great
it's
one.
beautiful.
Okay, so you said you love to eat. So
Yeah,
what's your favorite restaurant at Disney World?
probably Artist Point at Wilderness Lodge,
Yeah.
which I
All
think is
right.
underrated. I think it's great.
Definitely. As a character meal, it's one of the ones that people don't think of. Like, oh, Chef Mickey's or one of those other ones, or, Ohana. But
Hmm.
yeah, that's a sleeper hit for sure. And then favorite snack at Disney World?
I like, well, I like Gideon's, which is in Disney Springs, but in
Yep,
the
that
parks,
counts.
I like the pepper jack pretzels.
Oh yeah, those are good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll say that's a great pick. Yeah.
Hmm.
And so I've heard, I haven't been to Disneyland, which obviously we'll talk about, but I've heard that the snack game of Disneyland blows Disney World out of the water.
I agree
Would
with
you
that.
say that's true? Yes. Okay.
Yep. Hmm.
So what's your favorite snack at Disneyland then?
Truthfully, I mean, I'm gonna go with what probably everybody says, but you have to have the churros.
Okay.
I mean,
Yes.
they're everywhere. They
Interesting.
have seasonal flavors. They're fantastic.
Oh man. Yeah, that's on. And I think the churros at Disney World are like fine. I don't think they're anything special, but yeah, the Disneyland ones I've heard are
I've
amazing.
heard the ones in Disney World at Nomad Lounge in Animal Kingdom. Those are supposed to be good for some reason.
Yes.
I haven't tried
Yeah.
them though.
We talked to my friend, also Steve, great
Mhm.
guest, and Ashley, and he said that those were one of the best things he had on his most recent trip, the Nomad Lounge churro. So yeah, I got to try those. Those are
Yeah.
mine. So all right, because I'm curious about this snack thing, because I haven't been to Disneyland, and that's one thing I'm like feel like I'm missing out on. So let's say you stick the pepper jack pretzels at Disneyland, okay? Where would they rank on your favorite snacks of Disneyland? Like top 10, top 5,
Probably top 10.
top 10. All right.
Yes. There's a pretzel I probably like better over at Refreshment Corner on Main Street in Disneyland. This is cream cheese
Oh.
pretzel. It's delicious.
Oh, okay. So even the pretzel game wow, okay.
Yeah.
All right. No, it's good to know. All right. So let's go to underrated attraction or experience at Disney World.
I think taking advantage of all the princess meet and greets, if you have kids that like princesses, in Epcot, because it's often
Yes.
shorter wait times. You can like sneak in there. Like last time we were there, my kids met Mulan and Asha. We didn't have a chance to see Jasmine or Snow White, but they're kind of tucked away, so a lot of people don't know about them. So you don't have to like fight for all like the lines.
Yes, that is a fantastic answer. Always shorter lines than like certainly in the Magic Kingdom with the Princess Fairy Tale Hall and stuff like that. Great meet and greets, but in Epcot, it's much easier to meet a lot of princesses for sure.
Right. And Magic Kingdom is so ride dense. You don't want to waste your
Yes.
time with princesses,
True.
waiting in line at the Magic Kingdom if you want to do rides. Whereas Epcot, a little more low key. So, and it's quieter. So you have more time to do it too.
That is very true. Yes. No, it's a great pick for underrated. Yeah, absolutely. And so last one, and I think we'll still stick with Disney World with this one, unless you have a great Disneyland story, but a magical moment, or if you ever got pixie dusted, if you could tell us about that.
Magical moment is actually very similar to yours because my kids got
Oh,
picked to be in Festival of the Lion King the last time we were there, and
nice.
they were in the show. They loved it. We got a recording. And my little one, Scarlett, she's 4. She loves Mufasa. Like she wants to be Mufasa for Halloween, and
Love it.
she just, they have like the big animatronic of Simba. She thought it was Mufasa, so she
Yeah,
just was in her glory.
that's amazing. Yeah. That's funny. I talked to Fran about that recently, because I thought that was so cool when she got picked and she got to go around, and she I guess it was just me and my like referee being like, "Oh, it's so magical." She was like, "Yeah, I was like super scared of the giraffe." And I was like, I had my
Oh
eye on the giraffe the whole
no.
time. She like did not like that. I was like, "Oh, I thought you had the best time. I guess that was just me." Anyway, well,
Aw.
that's great. Those are great answers. We have a sense of who you are as a Disney World person, a little bit
Mhm.
Disneyland too, but I wanted to have you on for many reasons, but to talk about that you had a recent trip to Disneyland.
I
Um,
did. And
and
actually, Steve at Just Add
oh,
Magic Travel, if you would like to
oh,
contact him, he helped us book our trip.
yes. Oh, thank you. The plug. You're just like Mike, and so many. Maybe maybe if he starts slipping, we might have a
Oh,
little.
nice.
Yes, well, no, it was my pleasure to do that, and yeah, as I've said already, I haven't been to Disneyland, but I've learned a lot about it, and I know a lot about it. And I can help people with their trips, and it was really fun to do that. So you had, and I'll let you say it, but I'll just set it up to say that I shared my experience at the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, which was a ton of fun. And what I said was basically I wouldn't be rushing out to do it again. Basically, I think I would enjoy a regular park day more than the Halloween party. There were some reasons for that. But you went to the Oogie Boogie Bash,
I
which is
did.
the Disneyland equivalent. And that was not your first. Was it your first time doing that?
No, I've been there
Right.
twice, two
Okay.
years in a row.
Great.
Hmm.
Awesome. So that was part of your trip, but I will kind of leave it to you to talk through your trip and kind of recap and talk about whatever you want to talk about. But I did want to say that I'm interested to know how you've enjoyed. Obviously, you went back, so unlike me, you were all about going back
Yes.
to the Halloween party. But just some of the differences, because you've been to the Disney World one or
I've
no?
never been to Mickey's Not So
Okay.
Scary Halloween party. I would like to. Well, maybe not because you didn't give it the
Yeah,
most
no.
glowing review, but
Yeah, yeah, I think if I did it again, I would do it differently for sure and probably have a better time. But yeah, I'm curious to hear about that. So I'll stop talking now and I'll leave it to you to take us through
all
the
right.
trip and everything.
Okay. Do you want? I'll just start at the beginning and then because
Let's
the Oogie
start.
Boogie
Oh
Bash,
yeah.
we didn't really go for that long because we live so close that it's easy for us to get out there, so we can go for a couple of days and then come home. We took the kids out of school partway through on a Tuesday, drove
Yeah.
over to Anaheim, and we surprised them actually with dinner at Storytellers Cafe in the Grand Californian.
Oh nice.
It was Clarabelle's Enchanted Halloween Dinner is what it's called, and it's a
Oh.
buffet. My oldest daughter loves Earl of Sandwich. They also have one in downtown Disney, which is
Oh
way
nice.
smaller. Yeah, way smaller than
Mhm.
Disney Springs, but it's still fun. So she was like, "Oh, let's go to Earl of Sandwich," and I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, we'll just see when we get there." And we get there, we checked into the hotel, and instead of going right to downtown Disney, we went to the Grand Californian. She's like, "Well, where are we?" And I said, "Oh, we're gonna go to this character dinner." She was so excited. They had the best time. The food was delicious. Like they had this great
Oh,
salmon, lobster ravioli. They
cool.
met Clarabelle, Daisy, Donald, Pluto, and Goofy, and they loved
Oh,
it.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And that beats school, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. So we did miss a couple days of school, but I mean, they're
Yeah.
doing fine. So
Oh yeah. No, yeah, please. No, that's well worth it. That's awesome.
yeah. And I was surprised that because that's the first non-princess character meal that they've done because they're into
Mhm.
princesses, and they actually said they liked it better. And I think it's because the characters, they can't speak, so they're so much more animated. They said, "Oh, like they were being silly with us and they were more like just like involved." I guess I don't know what the word is, but they were just more like
Yeah.
animated,
Yeah.
Then the princesses
Interesting.
have to
And
be more, refined.
That's right. And I find a lot of the princesses, and this is often a good thing with kids, but they do a lot of the talking, right? And any character that talks, princesses or whoever. And I think for some kids that can be a little tough, but for many kids they kind of need that because they're just kind of deer in the headlights. But yeah, if their kids are kind of into it, then the characters that don't talk can kind of leave space for that. So that's really cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it was. I would highly recommend that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
for character meals.
Very cool.
So that's what we did. Then we went back to the hotel, got a good night's sleep, and then Wednesday morning we got up. Obviously, we rope dropped Disneyland Park.
Yeah, obviously.
We had Lightning Lane, of course, too. Obviously.
Of course.
So, which it's like the old Genie, like prior to this new system in Disney World. Yeah.
It's one by one.
Yeah. So you can stack them. Yep. It's got the 120-minute rule, all that. It's exactly like that, basically. So if you know that, like, you'll be good to go in Disneyland if you're familiar with that in Disney World. So because Disneyland's so much older, they don't have a lot of, I think there's only 13 rides that have lightning lanes. And a lot of the Fantasyland rides don't have lightning lane. So that's what we rope dropped. We rope dropped Peter Pan's, which I haven't been on it in years, right? And I was like, I can't believe that people wait in this huge line for this stupid ride. But I was like, we finally got to go on it, whatever. I wouldn't waste the lightning lane on it or prioritize it ever. But yeah, right. But that's the one to rope drop in Fantasyland. If you want to rope drop, because that one you can't, there's no lightning lane for it, and it gets busy.
It's the same as Disney World in that it's like a super long line. That's so funny. I don't know why that is. I mean, I like that ride, don't get me wrong, but like, I don't know. It's just like it's this, I don't know. It's nothing special to me, but whatever.
Yeah. So I don't see what the big deal is, but hey,
me neither.
It's beloved, so.
Yes, it is, apparently.
Yeah, so we rope dropped that, and then we did a lot of the Fantasyland rides there. So they have a lot of different little dark rides there that World doesn't have. So we did, like, there's a Snow White's Enchanted Wish, there's an Alice in Wonderland ride, there's the Mad Tea Party. But that's what we did. We spent the most of the morning in Fantasyland. And then you had reserved us a table at Cafe Orleans.
Nice.
So we went there, and we had the cheese version of the Monte Cristo, which people tend to really love, both versions of the Monte Cristo. So my husband and I split that. Kids had like probably chicken nuggets or something.
Yeah, right.
So yeah,
nice.
but awesome. they loved it. That was great. Like I said, my husband and I split it because it's heavy, and I like to snack throughout the day as well. Yeah. So we had a good lunch at Cafe Orleans. Cool. And then we did like that whole left side of the park. So like Adventureland, New Orleans Square. So like Haunted Mansion, Pirates is over there. Indiana Jones, which my 6-year-old got to go on that for the first time because it's a 46-inch height requirement. Very similar to Dinosaur.
46 though. Wow. 46.
I do think it's more intense than Dinosaur. Same concept, but I think longer, and it's like more bumpier.
Interesting, yeah, because I would say Dinosaur is probably a 40 or a 38 even. I'd have to look at it. Definitely a 46. So yeah, no, it's interesting.
It is lower, because Scarlett went on Dinosaur, my younger one, but she couldn't get on Indiana Jones.
Interesting, yeah. I'm excited. I'm interested to know if they'll make it more like the Disney or if they'll keep the dinosaur like intensity. I'm kind of hoping they go the full Disneyland route because I think Dinosaur is a good ride. I mean, I talk about it a lot on this podcast, so I'm hoping that what they do kind of makes it even better versus, I don't know. It's interesting. It's 46. I had no idea. It's good.
Yeah, it is. So we did that. We did Tiana's Bayou Adventure, right. And that's the first time we got a chance to do it because every time we would be in World or in Land, it hadn't opened yet. Just when we happened to go, I loved it. I thought it was great. I'm not a big crier, but when I see like Ray and Evangeline like up there in the stars, that gets me every time.
Yes.
So in any version of it. So
yeah, absolutely. That's awesome.
Yeah, so we did that, and then I think after that we went over to Toontown and Tomorrowland. Oh, they don't have Toontown in Disney World, but
no more Toontown. Yeah,
there's Chippendale's Gadget Coaster, which is like the Barnstormer.
Yep.
Minnie's Runaway Railway is in that section. We did so that Tomorrowland, Galaxy's Edge. The kids were pretty tired by then, so we went to the Blue Bayou for dinner to try to like perk them up. So that's the restaurant that they have, similar to the Grand Fiesta Tour, the one at San Angel Inn, I think it's called. The Mexico Pavilion, yeah, which is also very good. But this was great, Blue Bayou. A lot of people say, you're paying for the ambiance, but we loved the food. I thought it was fantastic.
Oh,
We were right there on the water, watching all the boats go by, and I know you can get that Monte Cristo sandwich, which is very popular at Cafe Orleans, but it's more money. It's more expensive there.
oh, okay.
So,
Good to know.
yeah. I'm sorry. You can get it at Blue Bayou. The Blue Bayou version is more expensive than Cafe Orleans.
Oh, okay.
And then they have a snack size version of it at Royal Street Veranda too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I said, we went to Galaxy's Edge, Tomorrowland. Which is Galaxy's Edge is identical to Hollywood Studios.
Is it? Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
So.
It's the same two rides, and the rides are the same.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
We did do Smuggler's Run, even though that's not my favorite, because my daughter wanted to be the pilot, so it was fine. It was bumpy, but it was fine.
I heard that you agreed with me that it's not like the best ride. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like we're the only ones who think that. Like no one else has piped up to agree with me and you on that. But
yeah, I mean, I prefer Star Tours.
Same.
Yeah,
by a mile.
And of course, like Rise of the Resistance is amazing.
Yeah, it's one of my top rides.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, after dinner, we just kind of hung around. I think we went back to Tomorrowland, and then we got a spot like 2 hours to see before to see Paint the Night Parade. So we kind of camped out. My littlest fell asleep, the 4-year-old.
Nice.
Yeah. So she didn't see it.
Needed it.
But
okay.
So she was asleep long before it even started. But
that's funny.
Myself and the 6-year-old and my husband got to see it, and it was great. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. I mean, just hearing you talk about, and I know this about Disneyland, but it's so funny to hear like you went on all these like Fantasyland rides, and by the way, there's more of those at Disneyland than there are at Disney World.
True.
Plus, you went on all the classics. Like there's the Pirates, there's the Tianas, there's Tomorrowland, there's Space Mountain, and then you throw in Indiana Jones, which is Dinosaur, the Animal Kingdom. You throw in Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway, Hollywood Studios, and then you just throw in all of Galaxy's Edge. This park is like, it has so much in it. It's so crazy how many things but it's so much smaller than any of the parks at Disney World. I believe it might be similar to Magic Kingdom at this point, but it's just so packed in at Disneyland Park. It's kind of crazy.
It is. And it's so easy. Like if you're into park hopping, like you can walk. It's like a 2-minute walk across the parking lot.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Wow. It is. It's small. And I think there's actually, I'm not 100% sure, but I think there's actually more rides in Disneyland than there are in all of Disney World.
I would bet that's true, yeah, because Magic Kingdom has the majority of the rides. I believe that is true, at least close.
Yeah.
Over half of the rides at Disney World. And so, yeah, it sounds like you add in all those other rides that Disneyland has. I wouldn't be surprised if that was true. It's at least very close. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think, if you're going to go to Disneyland, just to do the Disneyland park, I would recommend 2 days for sure. Because we didn't even do all the, there was a couple that were closed in Fantasyland for refurbishment. Big Thunder is down for refurbishment. There's a Nemo ride we didn't do. There's a Roger Rabbit cartoon spin we didn't do. Like you can't do all the rides in one day. It's impossible.
That's wild.
So.
Yeah, you did a lot. There's rope drop too. And that was that part, because the parks closed later in Disneyland, right? It closed at like midnight, right?
They do close later. Yeah, we didn't so after Paint the Night, like we were going to stay because we had a good spot for the projection show. There wasn't fireworks that night because they don't do fireworks every night in Disneyland. Mm-hmm. But they do the projections on the castle, and it was the Halloween themed one. But my 6-year-old was just done. My 4-year-old was still sleeping. So I was like, you know what? We had a great day. We saw Paint the Night. Mm-hmm. Let's leave on a high note. So we went back to the hotel, got a good night's sleep. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And well, I'm jealous. It sounds like a fantastic day. I would have loved that. And one thing I want to address about Disneyland, because I think people who listen to this and are Disney World people will hear you go back to the hotel and they'll expect me to say, I can't believe it. What hotel was it? Did you stay off site? Staying off site's the worst. And staying off site, and I'll let you talk about this, but staying off site is very different at Disneyland than it is at Disney World. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So I think if you're the type of person that loves to spend time at the resort, like to have resort days, like really take advantage of the amenities, the pools. Disneyland has some, there's only three
Yeah.
hotels and they're all deluxe resorts. So they're very expensive, like
Yeah.
I think Grand Californian's like $800 a night. And it's beautiful. Like I said, we ate at Storytellers Cafe, Disneyland Hotel, and then Pixar Place are the three. But in Disneyland, you don't, because the lightning lanes are different. So you're not getting that, extra 7 days ahead. So you're not
Yeah.
getting that advantage of staying on property. And actually, in January, it's going away. Like they're not going to have early entry anymore
Right.
if you
Yeah.
stay on property. So, like I said, I think if you have the money and you want to stay all day in the hotel and you want your resort day, I think that would be great. But like for us, we barely see the room. Truthfully,
Right.
like we go there to sleep. So and you really don't need to stay in the in the Disneyland hotels to have a good time. And actually, a lot of like the good neighbor hotels, like there's some that are like right across the street from
Yes.
the park entrance that are closer.
Yes, exactly. Like, because if you stay at the ones on property in Disneyland, you have to walk through the downtown Disney area, right? Which is to get to the parks. Whereas, yeah, like Disney World, there's very much, as you know, there's very much the bubble. Like you drive under the sign, and like the street signs change, and you're in the roads are paved differently, right? It's and you're in its own world, and you're on a 40 something square mile, city basically. That's just not the case with you're in Anaheim when you're at
Right.
Disneyland, right?
Oh
You're
yeah. Yep.
so you can literally, yeah, there are literally hotels that are closer than the on property hotels.
That's true. I mean, the Disneyland Hotel, you can take the monorail into Tomorrowland,
Yep.
but you do need a park ticket to do that. Obviously, you can't just get on the monorail, and it's not like you can just do like the resort loop in Disney World.
Right.
And then
Right.
there is
Okay.
an entrance into DCA through the Grand Californian, so you
Mm-hmm.
can do that as well. But I think anybody can do it. You don't have to be a guest at the Grand Californian to take that or to go through that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know. So for a lot of people, and you said it perfectly, I don't need to repeat it, but for a lot of people staying offsite, it's just makes more sense cost wise. There are good neighbor hotels, so like it's easier to do that, like for someone like me to help, somebody books, an offsite hotel, and there's just so many other options. And so it is a different calculation for Disneyland. And I think for a lot of people, if they do have a budget, if they're not there for as long, right? It's two parks. Obviously, both are probably 2 or 3 day parks, so you can spend a week there easily. But at Disneyland, it's just a little bit different. So staying off site, I don't judge. It's fine. I think
Oh, it
I
is.
think
I don't,
it's
it's just not
yeah,
feasible for some people to pay that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's like, I mean, the Pixar place would be the cheapest, and it can be 400 or 500 at least,
Yeah.
a night. It is deluxe, it's like staying at the Beach Club or Yacht Club or something at Disney World. So yeah, no, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. That's a big difference, I would say, between the world and land for sure.
Definitely.
So you hit the sack at the hotel, and the next day.
Well, the next day, we slept in and
Mhm.
we got up and we really wanted to eat at Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki Bar at the
Yes.
Disneyland Hotel. And Steve at justaddmagictravel.com did try to get us a reservation.
Yeah.
It didn't work because I had heard that you could get a reservation there and you could go look at the calendar, like they were all blacked out. But he went on like right on time when he was supposed to. But when we actually went there, they said that they stopped taking reservations, so it's just like
Yeah.
walk up only. So we wanted to try the breakfast because I love all the snacks and stuff, and they're this ube stuffed French toast that I really wanted. To try.
Mm,
I thought my kids would enjoy like the little shows that you get when you order certain drinks.
right.
So we walked up, we waited maybe 10-15 minutes, kind of just explored, down by the hotel. It's a beautiful hotel. Then we went in there. The food I would say was good, like not fantastic, but it was
Mhm.
worth it. Our waitress was great. My husband ordered like this shipwreck drink, and then there was a ship in the bottle in the back of the bar, and it was sinking. And after once he ordered it, and then
Yeah.
she would tell us like, oh, someone's going to order this, so make sure you're prepared to watch the show. Like, look at the pictures. There's going to be a volcano erupting. So it was a good time.
That's awesome.
Recommend it. I know it's more like of an adult scene, like especially like I think after 8 p.m. like they don't allow kids in. But
Yeah.
breakfast was quiet. There weren't that many people in there, and they liked it. It was kind of like a nice low key breakfast after having like a super busy day the day before.
Totally. No, it's interesting. Yeah, and yeah, you mentioned it. Like you can see, oh, you can make a reservation on the Disneyland website. I haven't gotten to the bottom of that, or like why that's still available. I think maybe because there are some like exclusive reservations for people who stay on site, and I haven't confirmed like is that part of like the deal of what's going on with Trader Sam's, or is it just they're keeping it up because they may put it back that you can make reservations, or they kind of reserve the right to do that, and so they just keep it up. I have no idea, but yeah, that was great to learn from you, because I just figured I missed out. I was, 1 millisecond too late and the reservations were gone, but apparently I couldn't have done any better.
No,
They
because if
were
you look
not
at the
available.
calendar, they're all
Yeah.
like blacked out.
Yes, right.
Yeah, like
So,
nothing ever available.
yeah, so and that was why it's that they literally didn't take reservations. So at least at that time, and as of now,
Yeah, I
that
mean,
is
it
the
could,
case.
Disney
So
changes stuff all the time, so you never know.
absolutely. I
Yeah.
think that's what it is. I think it's just next week they might decide, oh, okay, we'll open it up, or some days slower they'll open up, whatever. Who knows? But anyway, so that was good to learn that you can't even make a reservation at Disney
Yeah.
World. There's no option to make a reservation. And actually, Steve, Steve talked about that. They went to Trader Sam's. You have to put your name in like 3 hours before to get
Yeah.
a chance to get in there. So, but that's kind of seems like the way it is at Disneyland too. But anyway, so
I'm
that's
sure
good to
too,
know.
like I do recommend like going earlier in the day because I'm sure it's less popular. You get in there more easily. Whereas if you're going
Totally.
later, I'm sure you're waiting,
Absolutely. No, I think that's totally right. Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
very true. All right,
Yep.
cool. All right. So you got the ube French toast.
Yep. We
That
got
was
like
good.
the last breakfast well, we went like around the last time that they were serving breakfast. I think it was like 10:30ish. We did peek into Goofy's Kitchen because I would like to try that restaurant sometime. It's another character meal in the Disneyland Hotel. But we haven't
nice.
tried it yet. So
Cool. Very nice.
yeah, so we just kind of walked around, explored the hotel, looked at the gift shops, and then we went to Oogie Boogie Bash. You can go in with the ticket at 3 p.m., but Oogie Boogie Bash doesn't actually start until 6.
Okay. Great. Similar to Disney World. That's great.
Is it?
Yeah, you can get in at 4, and it starts at 7. So yeah,
Oh, okay,
same,
yeah.
just an hour shifted. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so we went in, we got in line, a little bit ahead of time, went through security, got through downtown Disney, stood in line, and while we're standing in line, Schmoozies, which is like a place that serves like waffles and smoothies, like that type of thing. I'm mobile ordering this ube stuffed waffles or these Ursula waffles, these seasonal waffles. They're chocolate and they're stuffed with ube. So we get in the door. I go to Schmoozies. I pick up my waffles. We split them, having my snack. I loved it.
Oh my God.
Very good. If you go there, I highly recommend them. It's just seasonal, so you got to go now.
Yeah, right. All right, you convinced me. I'm on my way.
So we did that. So the party didn't start yet. So we did that, and then we went over to Paradise Garden section of DCA. So that has like a lot of the smaller rides. Like it has the Little Mermaid ride, which is the same as in Magic Kingdom. So we did that. Golden Zephyr, which is kind of just like a Dumbo type ride.
Cool.
We did that. Like just a bunch of those little those silly symphony swings. We did those rides.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And then by the time we were done that section, because my 4-year-old likes those smaller rides, we went over to eat in San Francisco. So
nice.
yeah.
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6. Yep. You can meet, I didn't meet Baymax this time, but you can meet Baymax and Hero.
That's great.
Over in San Francisco. Yeah. And actually the villain that they have there where you meet Baymax and Hero, the villain that they put there is Yokai during the the party. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, we had really good like quick service dinner there just, before the party started. And then right around 6 o'clock when Oogie Boogie Bash was starting, this was our strategy because of course I strategized the whole thing. I was like, we got to get on Soarin' because Soarin' is super popular. So if you don't do lightning lanes either, that like with the party like that.
The party, yeah.
Yeah. So Soarin's popular at DCA. If you go during the day, that's a lightning lane you need to snag like earlier. That and Mission Breakout. But anyway, so we right around 6 o'clock, everyone's getting in line for the villains. We're like, oh no, we're gonna go on Soarin'. So we waited maybe 15 minutes and then we booked it over to Mission Breakout, which they had the Halloween overlay because it's Monsters After Dark. So, yeah.
Nice.
So it's like Rocket fighting. Rocket's the raccoon's name, I think. Yeah. He's fighting this like big fiery dragon monster. So we did rider switch because my little one would be too scared. So my 6-year-old gets to go twice.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so we did
Oh, that's
that.
awesome.
So we got a lot of rides out of the way, like before the party even started. And
That's
so
awesome.
then it was time for like all the treat trails.
Mm-hmm. And it's the same deal as like, it's a regular candy, but are there like character sort of appearances, villains that, yeah, talk about those. Is that
Sure.
a big part of what's fun about the party?
Yeah, so like they have like just certain character meet and greets, like it's Clarabelle, like the ones that don't have candy, like one that's super popular that you're gonna wait for, which we didn't. But like if Minnie, Clarabelle, and Daisy dress like the Sanderson sisters, I mean the line was
Oh,
huge.
yeah.
And there's no candy with that one.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain like other meet and greets like that around the park. Megara from Hercules, she was one of them, just kind
Oh.
of standing around. But
Mm-hmm.
the treat trails, they move really fast and they all have, there's a couple that don't have villains, but the vast majority of them have villains. So even
Right.
if the line's pretty long, like they keep you moving. Like you can stop and take a quick picture with the villains, but you can't really like stand there for, for too long.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you get to see a lot of villains and you can interact with them a little bit, like as you're passing through getting your candy. So
Yeah.
you're not waiting very long, which is what's nice about it.
Yeah. No, and the ones at Disney World are similar. We only did really one that we went fully all the way through, and only a couple of them, or is it only one? I think actually has villains, like the Evil Queen from Snow White is there. But I think I mentioned, yeah, like the one we went through had Donald in like a pumpkin, costume, and I was like, yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know, I didn't really get it. But people go nuts for those. No shot at that. It's great if that's what you're into. But yeah, okay. So did you get? Do they give you shovelfuls of candy too
Oh
at
yeah, we
Disneyland?
got.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I made up treat bags for our trick or treaters with the candy that my kids got, so I didn't have to buy any candy this year.
Awesome.
I did the same thing last year too, because they're gonna
That's
get a
awesome.
boatload when they go trick or treating anyway.
That I should have thought of that. Oh my god, that's what I
Yeah,
should have
hot
done. What
tip
was
if you
I
ever go
thinking?
back.
That is a hot tip. Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. All right, cool. So you hit some of the treat trails. That's
hmm
great. And did you do any of those like special character meet and greets or anything like that?
We didn't. Like on the way out, we saw the Cheshire Cat like right in front of the Carthay Circle restaurant. And the line was
Oh,
short, but my kids were like, "No, we're tired," so we just left.
yeah.
But like the line would have been pretty short. Like I said, the most popular one I think is the Sanderson sisters.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, as I'm sure you heard, the one is Jack and Sally at Disney World is a crazy from Nightmare
Yeah.
Before Christmas is a crazy line, but they all are at Disney because there's like the Winnie the Pooh characters in Halloween costumes, and there's Stitch in an Elvis costume, and they're all like crazy lines. So
See, this isn't so much like that with the tree trails. Like I said, they keep you moving. So if you want to see a
yeah,
lot of villains, like you can do it, and you don't feel like you're just waiting there for it. My kids would never tolerate that. Like there's no
yeah,
way they're gonna wait for a character for that long. So like you just kind of keep going right through.
yeah,
So
interesting. And what I've heard too about Oogie Boogie Bash is like it's a little bit scary. Like the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, it truly is not so scary.
Mhm.
It's very tame. I'd say the spookiest thing we saw was like the headless horseman coming by, which
Oh
is just
yeah,
kind of like eerie, but it's not like scary.
in front of at the head of the parade, you mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, they have
Yes.
that here at
Uh,
the Frightfully Fun Parade.
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Is it a scarier atmosphere? I know you don't have it to compare it to, but are there like kind of scary things
Um,
there as well?
it's not as some of the characters aren't as cutesy, I would say. Like
Mm-hmm.
Maleficent was one of the was one of the villains on the treat trails. And she's
Right.
pretty scary looking maybe to a little kid. Yokai too, I think, with the mask, can be,
Right.
more scary. I'd say my favorite though is Ernesto de la Cruz. And
Oh,
he
yes.
sings Remember Me, and some of the characters like Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb, if you're familiar with him, like
Oh,
he's
yeah,
more,
yeah, sure.
yeah. So my kids love that show. So
You sent me the video of De La Cruz. I was like, it looked real. I was like,
oh,
oh my God, that was unbelievable.
mhm.
I need to go see that sometime. That was awesome.
Yeah. I think people's biggest complaint about Oogie Boogie Bash is that it doesn't change much. So
Mm,
they love it when they initially go, but then like they'll just kind of change up one or two characters every year, but then keep everything else the same. So if you want to go on a regular basis, they kind of get tired of it. I think
yeah.
that's what I hear when people complain about it. That's their biggest complaint.
It's funny you say that because something that I was and again, it was my first time going to the one at Disney World, but I did get the sense that it was a lot of like checking boxes. It was like, okay, the Headless Horseman came, check, and then they like the bubble burst with like the people starting to clean up. And it's like, okay, but we checked the, and it's people like, okay, great, I saw that. And then here comes the parade, check. And it's like, okay, and we got the candy place, check. And it was like, there wasn't as much of like intentionality. It kind of felt like we're going through the motions here. Like people expect these things. That was and you don't get that at any Disney park that I'm aware of. Like it was very unlike, a regular day in Disney in that way. It was kind of like, I don't know. My sister mentioned your cousin.
Yes, my cousin.
But she mentioned I didn't like clock it at the time. She was like, they gave us our trick-or-treating bags out of a trash barrel.
Oh, they did?
That's true. Yeah. As you come on, I'm like, that's true. They did. Just little things like that. I was like, yeah, here's your bag. You know what I mean?
I didn't notice at Oogie Boogie what they gave us our treat bags out of.
Who knows? Yeah, you have to think back. I don't know. But yeah, did you say it doesn't change much? I'm like, yeah, this is kind of like, it seemed like, yeah, this is what we do. And, so this is what people expect. So we're just going to do it.
Yeah.
So anyway.
I mean, you can't do all the rides. You can't go in there expecting to do all the rides and all the treat trails. You do have to pick what you like. So, like, if you've never been to DCA before and you really want to experience all it has to offer, I wouldn't do that like on Oogie Boogie Bash Day. Like, you need like a separate day to really like appreciate it as a park.
Yeah, for sure. No, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So you did the treat trails, and then you mentioned the parade. Did you do the parade?
Yeah, we did the Frightfully Fun Parade. Yeah.
Awesome.
And I think it's similar to the Magic King because they have like the guys with the shovels and the Haunted Mansion people dancing. So I think some of it is similar. They have a bunch of villains walking at the end, like the Stepsisters and Lady Tremaine, and
yeah. I liked the Boo to You Parade at Disney World. I really did like it, but okay, so that's cool. All right, so you hit that.
The last thing we did was Villains Grove before we left.
Okay, what is that?
They have this area in DCA called the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail or Challenge Area, something like that. And it's like it's great actually if your kids need a break and just need young kids, if they just want to kind of relax and run around. It's really shaded, and there's like little slides and bridges and stairs that they can climb around, probably similar to like the Tom Sawyer Island type thing. Yeah, it's like a little section like that. So they turn that into Villains Grove during Oogie Boogie Bash. So it's a walkthrough. You don't actually encounter any like characters dressed up, but there's a different theme as you're walking through it. So like one of them's Alice in Wonderland. You see a projection of the Cheshire Cat kind of on the wall, and there's like the forest from Snow White where there's like all these tree branches coming down at you. They even have like Hunchback of Notre Dame, Frollo's like evil cathedral or whatever it is. So there's like different little scenes like that as you walk through it. So that's the last thing we did before we left because the kids were tired.
That sounds amazing. Is that like, yeah?
Yeah, it's cool. It's a little eerie, but like not like nothing like jumps out at you. It's not like a haunted house or anything.
Yeah. Oh, I would love that. That sounds awesome. Oh man, the Villains Grove. All right, so this was your second time at Oogie Boogie Bash. Mm-hmm. And what's your like review? What's your take on Oogie Boogie Bash? Let's say compared to, I know you said you need to experience DCA, on a regular day to really get it. But how does it compare to what's your review of it?
Like out of like stars, you want me to give it like out of like?
Yeah. Let's give it some stars. So,
I would say it's like, I mean, I love it. So I mean, I would say like if you love Halloween, probably it's like a 4 out of 5 stars. And I guess like the only thing I wish is I could spend more time there so I could do more of like the park. Because it does feel like it's short, just because I am a DCA, like I want to get to do all the rides and, do more stuff while I'm here. And you are limited. So, right. Yeah.
No, that makes sense. Yeah. No, it sounds awesome. Is there there's a show, like a stage show with Oogie Boogie too. Is that right?
It's one of the treat trails. It's in a building. Some of them are in buildings.
I see.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So same thing though. You kind of get in line, walk right by, and I'm sure it's the same at Mickey's Not So Scary, but they kind of give you the candy as you're walking through.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but it sounds to me, and I'd have to kind of experience it myself, but it sounds to me like the character interactions in the treat trails and the trick or treating is much more involved at Disneyland. Like I said, the one we did, it was in Mickey's PhilharMagic. and it was Donald in the costume, and he was just, he was there, he was waving, whatever, but it wasn't like what you sent me of like the Ernesto de la Cruz, like that was a performance.
Oh
Like
yeah.
he's really interacting with people, and like I think the villains one, like the Evil Queen one, they talk to you and stuff, and there's that, but it's not. I don't think it was to that level, and certainly the Donald Duck one wasn't to that level. So it sounds like they do put a lot more into the like those treat trails are much more of a thing. I'm gathering.
Yeah.
At the Disneyland version.
It sounds like that. I'd have to experience the one on the East Coast to, to
Yeah.
compare. Obviously, maybe I should do that. You know what was really cool actually is Hades. Like if you mention Hercules as you're walking through the line, he gets mad, so he turns like he's blue. So you want to. It's like some of them you want to experience at night. Like De La Cruz looks better at night. Hades does as well because if you start talking to him about Hercules, he turns red. Where he's blue.
Oh my god!
Lights up.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I bet Fran would love it.
Oh my god! Are you kidding me? She would lose her mind. Yeah, I think. She's a little less into Jack Skellington now because I think she's remembering the 2 hour.
Oh no!
She's like, I don't really want to watch that anymore. I'm like, I'm glad we stood there for 2 hours, but it's all right. Whatever.
I know they have a meet and greet right outside the Pirates ride of Jack and Sally in Disneyland Park. We didn't do it though, but there is one. Maybe I don't know if the line's any shorter, but
it's got to be. I mean, it's got to be. I don't know. I'm in now. I want to go to that one and compare and contrast because it does sound unbelievable. So yes, thank you for sharing that experience. You're making me like I'm dying to go to Disneyland. That's like that's my next thing.
We really want you to come to Disneyland.
Oh yeah. I've been looking at my family is like pretty set on the next trip we do. I think they want to do more like a cruise. But they have the cruises out of the West Coast, like out of San Diego.
Yeah.
So it's like you drive, what is it, a couple hours?
San Diego's like an hour and a half. If you go to San Diego, you need to go to Anaheim.
Oh my God! You can't go 3 miles in an hour and a half in Boston traffic. That's nothing to us. So we'll eat that, no problem. So yeah, maybe we could do a San Diego. We'll have to see if we can time that out with the vacations. San Diego cruise with Disneyland. I'm going to start scheming. We're going to make this happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a couple of days in Disneyland to see what it's all about.
For sure.
So I have to ask, as an expert on both parks, on both coasts, I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to ask it. You probably don't want to answer this. Or maybe you do. I don't know. You got to pick one. Land or world. What are you picking?
I love them both. But I have to go with land.
Wow. Yeah. All right.
I love Disney is as hard or as easy as you want to make it. Like if you want to pack it in and do everything, you can complicate anything,
Yes.
But totally. I just love how everything is so close and right there. That does make it so much easier to just go. And the food I think it's better.
Yeah,
the snacks.
Everyone thinks
the quick service and the snacks are definitely better. I mean, there's some great restaurants in Disney World. Don't get me wrong, and there's some great Disney World snacks, but I think Disneyland beats them on that.
Wow, yeah, and that's the consensus. I think Disneyland just has that reputation for sure. And I'm a go. It sounds like you are too. I'm like a go. I don't stop when I'm in Disney, and so Disneyland sounds like it would meet my might have to leave my family behind, but go with that one. I'm dying. 70th anniversary's here,
yeah,
gotta make it happen.
I mean, I know it goes for the summer. They don't have an end date that they've announced, I don't think.
And yeah, it just started in the summer at some time.
Yeah, right? So I think they're gonna do it because what is it? I think the opening day is July 17th of Disneyland.
Yes, I think that's right.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if they'll do it up until then. I'm not sure because I don't think they have a definitive end date for it.
Yeah, sometimes I know at least at Disney World, those celebrations, the bigger ones, I don't know where this lands in terms of how big it is for Disneyland, but the 50th at Disney World was a year and a half.
Oh, okay.
And part of that might have been because it was COVID kind of, I think, delayed when they were going to start. But I don't know. I think it was going to be a long thing. And a lot of times they're a year and a half or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I think a year probably makes sense. So I got some time.
I will say the holidays, a lot of the 70th stuff did go away because we went to DCA for just a day, in July. And a lot of the 70th snacks and decorations were kind of more replaced by the Halloween stuff, when we just went out. And I'm sure now it's just going to roll into Christmas. So I wonder once we get into the new year if they'll put a lot of the 70th stuff back, like on the menus and things.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. That it was. Yeah, they don't double dip on that. That's interesting.
There's some, but like I just think they have to scale back if they're putting these, all these fall decorations up. Like, where are you gonna put it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's only so much you can do. No, that's true. Yeah. Well, that's great to know. I feel like everything I hear that I haven't done, I say it's on the top of my list. But going to Disneyland is really on the top of my list. I am dying to make it out there just so, I can experience this stuff for myself and helping people to book their trips. So I'll let you know. I'll let you know if I can convince my family to get out there. We'll see.
Yes. We would love that.
We'll have to do it. Maybe we'll do a West Coast podcast. This thing is going coast to coast. We'll
Absolutely.
See. That'd be amazing. Well, thank you, Melanie. It was great to talk to you. We'll have to have you back, again soon.
I would love that.
Yes, no, we would too. And we'll have to. You and Mike are aligned on so many things. We'll have to have Mike on as well.
Okay.
He's been to Disneyland too.
Yeah, I remember he mentioned that he says Tower of Terror and Mission Breakout are pretty much the same.
Yes. It sounds like. Maybe we'll have to see. Yeah, you saying that your favorite at Disney World is Cosmic Rewind, but your favorite at Disneyland is Mission Breakout. The fact that implies that in your opinion, it is not only like a little better than Tower of Terror, but it's like clearly better. It makes me, I am like so curious to ride it now because I love Tower of Terror, and if this is even better, I'm in.
It's more thrilling, I think. You know how Tower of Terror will stop, and it kind of goes forward and backwards. Like this one doesn't do that. It's just kind of randomly just dropping you, opening the doors randomly up and down, like.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do think a lot of like the similar rides in World, like there's ones that are comparable, like Cali River Rapids is comparable to Grizzly River Run and DCA.
Yeah, right.
I think a lot of the land ones, I have to say, are superior. If you like thrill rides, like Indiana Jones is like, it's more intense than Dinosaur. Grizzly River Run is more intense than Cali River Rapids.
Interesting.
I think there's a lot of that.
Wow. I'm just gonna have to experience this all for myself. There's no two ways about it. That's all I gotta do. So, So I will say, if you want to have a wonderful trip to Disneyland or Disney World, or Disney Cruise or anything, just get in touch with me, Steve at justaddmagictravel.com. As Melanie has said a few times, appreciate it. The plugs, you and Mike are the same. Plugs, everything. So again, thank you. Great to talk to you. And you have any words to bring us out here?
Just thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. It's so nice to see you again, face to face, on video.
Same, yes.
Yeah.
No, thank you for doing it. No, this is great. I'm glad to know that we have another, Disney fanatic in the family.
Oh, yeah.
So now we're up to a few here, but yes, we'll have to do it again very soon.
Absolutely.